This whole purple revolution thing is just assigning a color to FAFO.
Family meeting, really quick. Purple revolution, number one, no. Put that in the same box with those blue beads and those pink hats. Number two, Paisley Park should sue you for copyright infringement. What is it with this incessant need to reheat something a black person already cooked? I don't understand.
Let me go ahead and tell you something. I believe in the purple revolution just as much as I believe that one day I will be walking on the moon. The only reason why these repentant MAGAs are trying to have a conversation about a purple revolution in which the blue and the red just come together and fix everything is because it's affecting them. If everything had gone exactly how they expected it to go and only affected you, there will be no fucking revolution to talk about. Now they want a kumbaya moment just because after we told them for years that it was going to affect them, they realized that it, guess what? Actually did. And mind you, they're talking about a purple revolution, but they're not talking about just voting blue for the next 8 years. No, just a purple revolution right here, right now, because
Purple is one of my most favorite colors. Purple revolution, though? Yeah, you can miss me with that nonsense. A white person come up with that? Probably.
That right there is why many of us don't trust this purple revolution. Because that's bullshit. And that's exactly what it is. Bullshit. Yeah, we do have a common enemy. But I'm not trying to divide. MAGA already divided. That's on them. They burned a bridge. And now expect us to build a bridge back to them? After making decisions that hurt every single marginalized community in this country while reveling in that hurt that they inflicted? That's a fuck no. Nope. We don't have to be bedfellows. We can fight the same fight from separate bedrooms.
Purple revolution, huh? So I keep seeing these videos popping up in my feed nonstop about we need a purple revolution and the right and the left coming together. And I gotta tell you, I'm not on board with this shit. What the hell does that even mean, a purple revolution? Did you guys suddenly start believing in science? Did you suddenly start believing in women having equal rights? Did you suddenly start believing that members of the LGBTQ community have rights? Did you suddenly start believing that billionaires should pay their fair share? Did you suddenly start believing that tax breaks should not be going to the wealthiest 1% of this country? Did you suddenly start believing that American citizens deserve universal health care? Did you suddenly start believing that poor people are not the problem and we should be lifting them up and helping them up? Did you suddenly start believing that families deserve to have SNAP benefits? Did you suddenly start believing that the American worker deserves a living wage? Did you suddenly start believing that we should be funding mental health? Did you suddenly start believing in education and that college is not a liberal indoctrination camp? Did you suddenly start believing that people of different colors deserve equal rights and equal opportunities? Tell me, did you just suddenly wake up and decide that all of these things now are important and they matter? Or is it just a ploy to get more people on your side? You see, because the Democratic Party has been moving further to the right for the last 40 years to accommodate the Republicans, to accommodate the rich people. And look where the fuck it's gotten us. It has gotten us into this mess with Donald Trump. So yeah, no thanks.
Welcome back again to the Black Empire. Thanks for watching and thanks for always being here. I am Atamba Heti. Now, it's sometimes it's funny, or maybe sometimes I don't know how it looks like. Maybe you can tell me, when people who were against you, they now want to join you because what they were vouching for didn't come out exactly the way they expected. Now, it becomes more interesting and more funny when now maybe they went against or they disagreed with your ideologies, they disagreed with what you believed in, and maybe to some point they disqualified it by saying it doesn't make any sense. But now, after what they believe in backfires, they feel like, oh, so those people really had an idea, or maybe what they were vouching for was the right thing, not what we were vouching for. You see, MAGA asking the Democrats to join hands together, unite, and fight this or work this thing together, it is sometimes or somehow interesting, let me say, because these were people who were against each other. They were rivals. But now, them saying now that we want Democrats to come and we join hands together and work things out together sounds insane, doesn't it? Now, a big number of people who are fighting or vouching for Democrats were black people at large, a huge number. But a big number of people who were vouching for MAGA were white people, okay? So this is simply asking the black people to come to the table, let's unite and fight this thing together. Is it gonna happen? Is it possible? I don't know. You tell me what you think about it on the comment section. Before that, let's take a look at these videos.
Purple revolution? Are you fucking kidding me? MAGA morons who suddenly find out that things ain't working out for them under their dear leader want to suddenly make kumbaya with the left, so they create what they think they create, the purple revolution. I got news for you. Remember Prince? Yeah, Prince, the rock star. Yeah, he was the purple guy. He was Prince in the Purple Revolution. Okay, you no, you're the red hat guys. Yeah, that's right. That's your claim to fame, the red hat guys. You're never going to live that down. We promised you that before, and we continue to promise you that. We don't need you. We don't need your help. We're not afraid of you. Bye-bye, Purple Revolution.
You can take your purple revolution and shove it up where the sun doesn't shine. Until you maggots who are now suffering because of Trump's policies vote to get rid of Grinder Mike Johnson and all of these Republicans in Congress who are only there to make themselves rich and take away Americans' health care, we don't want to hear from you. And even after that, until you consistently vote out all of these Republicans in these states that are trying to do harm to the American people, we don't want to hear from you. We did our job in November of 2024. We all told you what was going to happen. We all told you that groceries were going to go up. We all told you that farmers were going to suffer. We told you that there would be a tax on the American people. I am not for unfettered immigration into the United States. I believe people should do it legally. But the ones who are doing it legally and show up to court, they're still abducting them. So until you people prove over the next 4 years that you're worthy of anybody in this country taking you seriously, you and your white leftists just leave us the fuck alone. We ain't joining you.
So this is my man, Brian. Now, Brian is the author of a movement, a grassroots movement, you know what I'm saying, to just restore sanity to the nation. Brian represents people who voted for Trump, who have seen the error of their ways, and now they have seen the light, brother, and they want everybody to come together in unity and just don't judge us by old shit. Don't think about that. We know we voted for him. We know we voted for this mess we in now, but don't think about that. We're with you now, brother. We have recognized that we were shitbags, and we want to come together and join like Voltron to correct this. Get the fuck out of here, Brian. I don't give a damn about no purple revolution or a lavender revolution, magenta. I don't give a polka dot. I don't care about none of it. The only purple revolution that I recognize is Prince Rogers Nelson. That's it. You know how many people are hurting right now? You know how many people lost their freaking job right now? How many people have got deported right now? You know how much stuff how much goofy shit has happened all because of your ass? And then acting like, well, we didn't know. But you were told every day, all day. You had 4 years prior to know what this freaking shitbag was going to do. And you voted for him anyway. Because see, I can't speak for nobody else, but I'm going to continue to do the right thing. I'm going to continue to vote against and speak out about racism, and vote against and speak out against fascism, and vote against and speak out against this perverted version of capitalism that we all are slaves to. I'm going to continue to do that, Brian. I'm going to continue to do the right thing because I have logical freaking sense. See, when he had the barrel of his gun pointed at people that you didn't like, or just had it aimed in a direction opposite of where you were standing, you were fine. But now that you're feeling it, oh, wow, guys, we got to do something. Let's come together. People like this who voted for Trump, and now they want to come back and say, I didn't know, I'm sorry. They know what they're like? They are like the girl who gave you gonorrhea and chlamydia at the same time 6 months ago, and now she want to come around sniggling and giggling in your face. Bitch, get the fuck out of here.
No, thank you. If you have decided to do the right thing, good for you. Look at you, growth. Super proud. But no, I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to do it with you. I think that good people do the right thing because they're good, not because their buddies are there going, way to go. Because I'm not that one. I'm not the one. I already told you that. I made videos about this. See, I tried with y'all for years. I tried to say, we're in trouble, and would you please listen? And I have like science, and I have other great stuff, and also have you heard of the word empathy? And you just like, so no, I will not be purplefying with you.
So something that's helpful for progressives to understand is that MAGA is now two factions. There's MAGA and then there's America First. And the America First people are really pissed off. And they're the ones who are criticizing Donald Trump. They're criticizing this administration. They feel like they've been betrayed, all the things, right? And so when you think about the Purple Revolution, it's about the people in the middle. Right? So you got the far right, they're far gone. Trump can come and take a shit in the middle of their living room and they will serve it on a plate and eat it up and take selfies and put it online. Same with the left, the far left. They're too busy having crash outs in their car. They're too busy just having constant temper tantrums everywhere. So you got to leave those extremes alone and focus on the chunk, the mass majority of people in the middle who are fed up with the wars, with our tax money going to bullshit that we do not give a shit about, especially when it's evil. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't like my tax dollars going to bombing innocent people in countries millions of miles, fucking thousands of miles away from me. I don't care. I don't want anybody hurt. I don't want my fellow man hurt. I don't want to be hurt. Do you want to be hurt? No. So it's time that humanity unites as humanity. And then we go after the power structures and topple that shit. Let's go.
Yeah, so number one biggest issue I see with the Purple Revolution is, number one, it is run by a white cis dude. I've said this a million fucking times. A white cis man is not going to be the one to lead the fucking revolution. Glad he's getting people out of MAGA, but if he wants to earn some trust real fucking quick, put a person of color in charge. Have an indigenous person lead the revolution and boost the fuck out of them. People are done with white dudes leading this fucking country. Most people on the left are not going to get on board with that. And that's why I've set up a matriarch society. And every single amazing, incredible woman, we've got indigenous women, black women, Hispanic women, people of color, trans women, like all in the same place talking. There are so many incredible women leading so many incredible movements right now. And I have created a space for all of us to talk, to put all our movements together to create a revolution. How about instead of a purple revolution, we have a green revolution? We just need to get rid of red and blue altogether. The entire fucking system's broken. The roots are rotten. We have to get completely away from the left versus right narrative. And we have to tear down the entire fucking system and build up a new one. We can't just get rid of Trump and think everything's going to be fine, because the system itself is broken. The United States was founded on colonization, on murdering other people, on racism. All our institutions function on a deeply systemic, fucked up system of hierarchy that favors white male people over everyone else. And someone who is white and male is not going to be the person that tears that shit down because they still want that power. And the only way we're going to change this is if our white dudes out there decide to take a seat and give that power up. I've seen so many white dudes try and lead different movements and they fail miserably because they are still holding up systems of oppression. They might say, oh yeah, I'll give a seat at the table to everybody, but they still want to be the guy in charge to lead things. That's your ego. If you have to be the person leading things, you're not a good leader. And you're definitely not leading us to the future we want to see. That's equitable. That builds new systems that treat everyone equitably. That rebalance systems of oppression.
Well. So there's something I want to talk about, dear, that is circulating on the internet and everywhere. The Purple Revolution. I was tagged in a whole lot of videos of the last 2 days about the Purple Revolution, dear. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let's backtrack just a bit. We all know that the Red Hat crew is in their finding out stage from fucking around and trying to play with the orange clown. And there's some in the Red Hat crew that have put down their red hat today, set them ablaze in a big, big way, and they want to come over here and play with us, dear. And some of you seem to think that's where we are in this revolution, and I'm here to tell you today, oh no! No, baby, it is not time to let them back in just because they are starting to feel a bit uncomfortable, friend. You see, the flames of fascism are heating up, but they have yet to be burnt. And if they are not burned, they will not learn. It is not time for them to come this way and join arms with us today. That is not the play, and I can prove it to you right here. Do you remember the last time the Orange Man was up there in White House land? Yes, indeed. By 2019, the end of such, some of the Red Hat crew were disillusioned with the orange dude. By 2020, they no longer wanted to bend for their orange friend. By 2021, they had joined us in winning back our democracy. By 2022, they started to get real comfortable with us in the blue. They were making money again. Food was back on the shelves. Everything was okay. The stock market was on the rise. We were doing better than anybody here in the US of A. The whole entire globe was still suffering from a recession, baby. They were still burying bodies. But here in the US of A, we were finally starting to be okay. People were going on vacay. They were out in the streets. They were loving their life. They were out there trying to play. They got so comfortable with the new blue regime that they started to once again sip the Kool-Aid, friend, because we made them comfortable in this country. We were so ready for the division to end, we just invited them in. And look where we are today. Look where we are today. So just because some of those over there no longer want to play with the red because they're feeling uncomfortable today, it is not time to let them come over here and play. If you want to know what part of this revolution we are in the part of the revolution where the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Not, well, those who have moved away from my enemy is my friend. No, baby. We need to align ourselves with our enemies that are the enemies of our enemy, dear. And I know that's a hard thing to do for some people in the blue because of all of our ideals, our moral superiority. You think you can't get down there and get dirty. But that's the part of the revolution we're in. We need to be looking for the enemy of my enemy to be my friend. Not those who are just feeling a bit uncomfortable today. That is not the play. But there will come a day. There will come a day when it will be okay to let a few of them in, but we are not there. Just because they're starting to feel the heat, don't invite them in for dinner to eat. Okay? Let them wallow in that uncomfortableness for a while, baby. We jumped the gun back then, hun. And by 2023, they had already bent the fucking knee. Not me, and not fucking today. You're not allowed to come over here and play. Sit in the shit that you made. And we know how they feel about sitting in shit, don't we? They sit in it long enough, they'll be ready to gather themselves together to the Capitol to rub that shit they've been sitting in on the walls. Right, baby? So if you are done with the Red Hat crew and you think you want to play with me, I'm waiting for you to do what you did before when you didn't want to play with the blue. And you started beating down the Capitol door. Then we can talk some more.
All right, welcome back again. Now, MAGA people want to unite with Democrats so they can be able to fight what is happening, or they can be able to join forces and stop what is going on. But again, you see, it's going to be difficult a little bit because the Democrats, on the other hand, they feel bad because MAGA caused all this. So the Democrats have the pain with MAGA vouching for what didn't make any sense. Even when the Democrats themselves came out and told MAGA, you know, what you're about to do is very, very bad. It's a very big mistake, and you better not do it. You better not make that mistake, you see. But MAGA going ahead and doing this, and now it backfires, coming back and saying, we want to now unite with you and be able to fight this thing. It becomes insane, you know. So I don't know if it's gonna happen. I want you to tell me and look into all this matter and tell me, what do you think? Do you think that the Democrats are simply going to give in and now fight because now things are getting out of hand, or they're going to remember and recall all the things that MAGA did by allowing Trump come to power, and now the things they voted for isn't what is really happening right now, you know? But again, this is a lesson, and people need to really think, because now you're learning it the hard way. You need to think before you do, before you leap, before you make a step, before you move. You need to be asking yourself, is what I'm going to do, or is what I'm about to do the right thing for me to do? Or it's going to come back to me and cause problems? These are things we're supposed to be talking about. We're supposed to be looking into them. We're supposed to be actually listening, at least listen to other people before you make a move or something like that. Some people might have hard eyes, or maybe they know better, especially the black people. They've always give warnings. They've always come out and say, don't do this, do that, or don't do that, do this. But at the end of the day, people end up doing the opposite thing because they want, or because they feel like we know better than you. You can't tell us anything. You don't have the power to say anything or to tell us anything. You see? And at the end of the day, people end up suffering, and they end up complaining, and they end up crying because they couldn't just listen to other people, because they thought these other people do not have a say. They can't say anything, you know? So tell me what you think. Will the Democrats do it, or they will not? Because this is now a regret coming after. It always comes after. Regrets always comes after. And if wishes were horses, every beggars could ride, because people are like, I wish I would not do this. I wish I would not do this. At the end of the day, it's hitting them hard. It's really, really, really hitting them hard. I want to know what you say. What do you think about it on the comment section? I will do my best to make sure I read all the comments and give a response where possible. Thanks for watching The Black Empire, and welcome back again.